right, looking currently at ESF. This is a daily chart. I'm actually going to zoom in a little bit. I'm going to draw my extensions. I already have extensions already fixed on it right now, but I'm actually going to draw some more new extensions for this higher low from our recent low in what is this, June. So I'm going to actually, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to use June's low to all-time high. So first point is going to be June's low to all-time high, and pull back to August's low. Give you an idea of exactly how price is reacting short term. I'm actually going to move this big level here too. Go open this up too if you guys want. So what I usually do, I can actually move this back. Just so it lines up perfectly. All right, this low's intact here. Perfect. Okay. So I'm not going to keep it on the daily. I'm going to actually bring it to the 4-hour H4, as we say for short. People get confused with that. So as you guys can see, we had a vacuum from the 14 to the 30. Now that's closing. Price has basically closed in between. Now here is, we need to get above 288.9. So 28.89.75, not 76. Always run it to the nearest 25-cent increment. I'm going to draw my arrows, just to give you guys an idea. So this is an important level. Price is actually, remember what I used to tell you guys, as long as price stays in here, it's neutral until it breaks up or down. So not sure what's going to happen overnight, but tomorrow can be very interesting. Anything above 28.89.75 on a hold in the morning, which is basically somewhere, well, that's actually right around where the 30 SMA is going to be at, which is the yellow line. So basically, I mean, futures up and down is basically how the market's been. It's a little bit drunk with price action lately, but direction has been true. So I want you guys to watch this level tomorrow. I'm going to put another trigger on 28.89.75 and another one on 28.94. That will be where the 14 SMA is. 14 SMA is actually going to level out to that 28.89.75 level. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to use the H2. I don't know. I like it more because it breaks it up more. I like it for futures. I actually watch it too during the day. First half is basically 2 candles. And yeah, so using H2, you get 4 candles in a day. Using H4, you get 2 candles in a day. So price is still remaining above the 14 SMA and holding well. It's going to be very interesting. Possibly get a pullback, create an inverted head and shoulders here. Come back down to the 30 SMA and then bounce off of that possibly by tomorrow morning. Not sure what we're waiting for. Any news or anything like that. Anything is possible, so keep that in mind. That's just short for ES. That's just, I'm going over that for ES, but I actually want to get into the nitty gritty of everything else that we're trading. I talk about CLL a lot. This setup is beautiful, but I don't marry any stock that I play, as you guys shouldn't. And the best part about options is You don't have to marry it. You can just buy contracts. If they expire, they expire. But this setup is perfect. I love it a lot. Some people call this a megaphone. I like the range of it. Actually, it looks better on the daily than it does on the H4. Let me clean this up a bit. Perfect. They were looking for a re-vacuum to happen again. We already had the vacuum happen. Here, 14, rejected, came back down to double bar, got back over the 14, rejected, came below the double bar, then got above the 14 and went straight to the 30. Couldn't hold, rejected. They do these whole thing with wave counts. I don't pay much mind to that, but this was a lower low each time with a higher high, which it will be a big expansion. So we're looking for a target here, which is around 48, 47.74. Over that, then we're back into basically our gap is up here. So we have ways to go. Long-term 49 calls for October would make the most sense, depending on how this works out. But that gap can fill in a couple of weeks around 50. Well, actually, it's higher than 50. I'm going to between 50, 50, and 50. But I'm targeting this week. My weekly target for CL was actually 46.20. That was my max point. I put that level out. Why? Because didn't want nobody to get greedy. It has room to move. It definitely has room to move. But everybody's looking for like big wins. I'm taking a small. I'm taking what I can get, to be honest. The way this market's been acting, you got to take what you can get. And then the fact that it went up to 45.61 area, but it closed above the 45.32 keeps me bullish. There was a lot of rejection going on at the 45.32 level, as you can see here. This was a big level here. Bounced off that. It was a support level. Support. Closed above. Now it's been resistance 2 times. And then we closed above it. Looking for a continuation tomorrow. Targeting 45.89 and around 46. So I'm looking between 46.20 to 45.89 as a target tomorrow. Friday says we'll see the true move, which will possibly get above the 14 and the 30 SMA. Very constructive. Nice candle combo from the 14 SMA, targeting 30 SMA on the 4-hour. Last time it vacuumed, as you can see over here, around 625. Likes to vacuum once it closes above here. As you can see, 14 closes above, same here, and it expands. So 46 is for this week and 46.50s for next week, still in play. Actually gonna just use this one. PEP, we took a position today, 127s. We got the one. I took the 130s as a lotto as well because I like this setup. I like it a lot, actually. Extended hours on. Gotta turn that off. Usually extended hours are off of individual stocks. It actually messes up the pattern. We got some rejection today at around 128.39, came back down, but closed above the 14 SMA. Still targeting the 30 SMA. A close above 128.39 puts us at 129.45, and a possible target Friday for 131.17. We got to close above 129.45 to get that 131.17. Because if you see here with price, I'll show you. Price closes above. Extended all the way to 131.17. So not much supply in between 129.45 and 131.17. Nice demand level. Then rejected, came all the way down. Targeting to break out to go around somewhere around here. Definitely 131, possibly 131.17 by Friday is the target. Upon a close of 129.45. So keep that in mind. Doesn't mean take louders until tomorrow. If you see us over 129.45 tomorrow into the close or near that, definitely good for a lotto. Also possible, even 128.39 as well, because looking at in the past, you can see this level has been very important, how it reacts with price. Let me move this over. It's like a vacuum area, 129.41 to 131.13. Price does very well when it closes above. Bounces up and down in that area. Taking off some, we hit 129 tomorrow. Definitely take some profit. I know a lot of you took some profit on PEP today anyway, on the 127s. Those 127s should pay out at least test $4. I think it gets to 131, they should test $4. Still not a bad return for those as well. GWW, I have to get to GWW. Everybody knows this to be my baby. I love this play a lot. It's made us a lot of money. It's also been one of the reasons my challenges have been successful, starting off with this, especially when it's ready. So basically, prior to previous earnings, GWW had a nice gap up. Stood up there for a few days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then it faded. Price traded below blue level, which is 26.42. No, 264.20, sorry. Remained inside between 264.20 and 277.08. Closed here on earnings, then gapped up. Came down to 289.96, upper fib combo, bounced off of it, mid-range. And then faded to that's upper fib combo. This is mid fib combo, green level, our median. And then basically hovered here, then broke down, retested 264.20, which was definitely a long. This was a long indicator here because it held. So targeting 277.08 or 14 SMA with a potential 30 SMA. And this is an H4. So possible vacuum to 282 is what we're looking for. We get a hold above 277.08. Price will definitely react as it did for earnings. There was that little gap there. Price came down pretty fast. See this bar here? There's not much resistance in this area. I'm just going to show you guys. Here. So seeing what price, let's see how price reacts there. Let me clear this up. Show another one. Perfect. This is a gap area. You can see like little tidbits of what happened with price. Rejected, didn't reject, closed at, and then gapped above. So there's gonna be an important range here. I don't see much happening in this area. I see us getting above, possibly see 285 by Friday, but I would like to see us close above the 14 and 30 SMA by Friday. to go long, again, 295s on a possibly 300 calls 2 weeks out. Always want to give yourself time. More time, less pain. Daily is still constructive, still in the channel. Remember, I always tell you guys that when that vacuum first happens and it touches that 14 or that 30, it's always going to go for the next one, possibly within 1 to 2 days. Well, I give it 3 days max, unless it's been rejected. So here we close actually at the 14 SMA on the daily, as opposed of rejecting it. We didn't actually reject it. We closed at it. It's really good, pretty strong, closed near the high of the days, right? This is a 30 SMA, sorry, not 14. Next target is going to be our 14 SMA. So from the close, 274s, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6. Except it had to be a 9-point move tomorrow for that to happen. What I would like is it to open up at current price, possibly a little bit lower, but opening up at current price leaves us inside this candle wick at the top. And then we'll get a move possibly to here. And then by Friday, we'll get that 289.96. Very possible to get there. Premiums at that time, I'm not going to know what they're going to be, but I will be scaling out one contract tomorrow if it can get to $4. So we got the 275 calls. Let's just do a prediction. Let's see what the premium gods have to say. Give me 1 second. So what if I say we get a 10-point move, right? By Friday. From current prices, right? This is by Friday. 275s are going to be worth $9.31 each. This is a 10-point move. I said 282 max. Max to minimum, you can say. 286 would be a 12-point move. Putting our 275s at $11.30, or about 10 backs from adding the low today of 275s. When we add it at $1, that'll pay pretty nicely too. I'll be scaling out one at a time to see if I can get the max out of it for Friday. I'm gonna do a premium gauge on PEP real quick for the 130s. Expire this Friday. I'm going to do a 5-point move because PEP has a good range. 5-point move gets us to 132. Actually, let's do a 4-point move. It would have to be a big move tomorrow, if anything. So 131.78. I think that was basically what we were going for. I mean, max GWW can do by Friday is 289.96, which is the purple bar. That would be extremely bullish going into the following week. Got what was that level for PEP? $131.13. So I'll do 350 from where we currently are for Friday. So those 130s would be 141. So about almost 700%. Yeah, about 700%, which is not too bad. It had to get to 131. But basically the days it's been having recently. I like this hammer off the 30 SMA. Been having some strong days the past 2 days. If the market, if we can get that gap and squeeze tomorrow, we can possibly see 130 tomorrow. I wouldn't doubt it. That gap down to up, open up around 127.29, take off there, go to 129.41. Even at 129.41, what are we looking at? I can even change that to then. So tomorrow's going to be the 8th. Get a 2.5 move tomorrow. Nope. $1.50. And that's 129.41, right? So we'll just leave it at 129.28. So 129.28. Oops. For the 130s would be about 100%. This is correct. Am I doing something wrong? Yeah, 129.28 would be about 100% tomorrow. Still not too bad. Just for the 130s, right? Yes. 127s would be around 244 from current price. We would definitely need a 4-point move max for Friday for this to work out for us. That changed actually. The deal changed just now. It'll give us 184. Still not too bad. We got NOC. The all-time highs. Created an all-time high today, then rejected. Went into 390 calls. Because I feel like this one is going to be a strong continuation. Very possible. I'm going to say this. At 377 level by Friday or 370 calls tomorrow, very possible to hit by Friday, even 372. This was a nice strong play as well. It's going to be pretty interesting. If candle opens inside, bounces off 359, targeting 370 for Friday. Would be a nice lotto, especially to see how it opens up. Eli Lilly has his own mind. Lately, it's been doing great. It's been a flip. We got Mo today that we got into. We're actually going to redraw my lines for Mo as well. I can't believe I take Mo off a radar. It's been trading in this range for the longest. I didn't even draw these fib lines today. These are old fib lines. And you guys won't even believe. The reason I went long was because I did an inverted fib on Mo for a while ago to go short. And look exactly what it bounced off at, 45.29. Targeting 48.03. So that possibly by next week, looking at the 48 calls, possibly very cheap. This week we can get that 47.25 or target is 14 SMA. So this is the H4. We have to go to the daily, get a better visual. Now, if this is the bounce level, what's going to happen here is, and see, inverteds work similar to regular fibs. So this is what's going to happen. Remove that because now we got some construction happening here from this low on the year. So far, this is the pullback, which was today's low. Two days targeting 47 off this hammer, depending on how it moves tomorrow. Can be a fake out, but always target the 14 and 30 SMA. But if the 14 and 30 SMA is trading above the double bar, then with that said, you target the double bar first until the 14 and 30 SMA move below it. Keep this in mind. Levels are basically pretty intact. 48.20 by Friday would be interesting. I mean, today's range alone was 1.2. So let's say 240. Yeah, very possible. Very possible. Mo can do it. It would have to close above 46.94, which I don't see why not. Possibly test 47, 43, hit 48.20. I'll take some lottos tomorrow, 48 calls for fun. I mean, NetEase, it's going to be interesting. Switched over to next week's calls. It's still at this level. And if this level holds and it starts to break out, we have to start rolling up. So whatever happens with our 250 calls, hold those on tight, hold them tight, and roll up. If you profit tomorrow, roll up into 2 weeks out. Because as you can see here, I already went over the chart with you guys. This has been an important level to bounce off of. Don't forget our orange level here, 21.12, no, 212.31. See that the crazy part is this, the price is actually acting on two levels. Our channel trend, green bar, and our orange trend, which is our fib, orange bar. Now, if this ascends and continues, targeting 250, which we're looking for next week, but I'm looking for 236 plus, or 236 this week, depending on how it reacts tomorrow. I would like a gap up. Because the way it's been trading down lately, and I actually have not been a fan of that. But if this was only done for a better price to go long on an ER, I mean, BKNG, people were expecting the worst. I was expecting the beat. People kept saying, oh, it's not gonna be, it's gonna tank. I'm like, it's gonna go long this time. The setup was amazing for BKNG. And I see this on NetEase, despite China and everything, you guys are in for a nice run. And plus, this is a double bottom area, triple bottom at that. Only thing that can happen is it fails. It fails, it goes to 184.25. Then we rebuy and we go long 210 calls a month out. My thing is this. Hits gray bar, comes here. I'm gonna start using these channels because they work pretty good. Comes back, hits it again, fades all the way down. Check this out. It's double bar and blue bar. Comes down, bounces. So targeting, I feel like it's gonna hit 236.76 the first round, or depending on how they do it, it might have the same pattern as over here from September to November. So we'll get here. We won't come all the way down, possibly. We might come here, maybe halfway, depending on where the 14 is gonna be at. Come out here, extend, bounce, and then come up here. I'm saving this screenshot just in case the price plays out this way. We can make crazy money. So if this is how price is gonna work, you see where my arrow's pointing? That's around December 3 or January 300s. From here, that's a 75-point move. Actually, no, sorry, 85-point move. So if I'm looking at, I already have it actually here. Hold on, because I was creating it last night. I'm creating a long-term watch list. So I call it buy and try, to buy time. And NetEase is always going to be on it, to short and to go long. I want to learn this because NetEase can do amazing things when you're on the right side. And believe it or not, we've been in profit with NetEase all week. We just been greedy. So I'm looking at right now, December, 300 calls. They are pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. December 20th, 300 calls. They will lose value, but they will possibly spike up as it gets closer. So the best value for this trade, I don't even like, let me see. Let me actually make it smaller and readjust my arrows. Let's remove these arrows. I'm actually going to remove the, I'm going to turn off the recording now.